惠灵顿的天气是非常不可预测的，然后如果天气会比较好一点，我介绍你上用那个缆车往上去，还蛮漂亮。你就直接上公车到 Wellington Quay 站下车，然后它隔壁就有一个缆车站。The weather in Wellington is very unpredictable, but if you do catch a nice sunny day, take the cable car up the mountain to the lookout point on top of the mountain. You can take a bus to Wellington Quay, get off the bus there, and then just next door there is a cable car station where you can get on a cable car and go up the mountain. Right at the gate to the cable car there is a ticketing booth. You can either buy a one-way ticket or a single journey ticket, which is $4 New Zealand, or you can buy a return ticket at $7.50. I would suggest that you actually just get the single ticket, because you know what? If you get to the top of the hill, you might want to walk back down, because it's a very beautiful walk and you walk through the botanical gardens. Only problem is you have to keep an eye on the weather. So buy a single ticket and leave yourself the option to walk back down. I happen to also get my Snapper card on this day. The Snapper card is a reusable travel card for Wellington, and if you use this on the cable car, it automatically deducts the fare of the cable car. Not only that, but it gives you a discount on the single journey, which is $3.50. It did take me a second to try and figure out how to use the scanner at the gate. I quickly realized that I was trying to scan my Snapper card at the wrong card reader. In my defense, it was an early day and I haven't had a coffee yet, so my brain wasn't quite working as it should. The cable car runs every day, morning until night, and there are cars leaving approximately every 10 minutes or so. Inside the cars are pretty small. If you can, try and grab a seat that faces upwards, because that's the direction that you'll be traveling in, and it's got very nice views. The ride up is actually really quick. I think it only takes about 5 minutes or so, and it travels straight up. And it does go through some rather odd LED tunnels. I couldn't quite figure out what the meaning was of those. I'm sure it's some kind of marketing thing perhaps. And I think it makes 2 or 3 stops on the way up. Don't worry, you'll know when you're at the top, because not only will the driver get out and take a little break, but most of the people, or all of the people in the car, will get off too. So that's when you know that you're at the top. If you use your Snapper card, you don't have to tap off. Under normal circumstances, you have to tap on and tap off if you're using a Snapper card. But with the cable car, you don't have to tap off, because it's a fixed rate and it's already been deducted from your Snapper card. Okay, some quick facts. The cable car has 2 cars which start on opposite ends of the line and pass each other in the middle. They are attached to a cable that is 30 millimeters in diameter, supported by 120 rollers, which runs around a pulley at the top of the hill. There's also a motor at the top of the hill that drives this pulley. This cable car is a funicular cable car, I hope I pronounced that right, which means that the cable cars are permanently attached to the cable. While one car is ascending, the other car is descending, and thus they are counterbalancing each other. The normal operating speed is 18 kilometers per hour, with a maximum passenger load of 100 passengers, 30 seated and 70 standing. Each car weighs approximately 13.5 tons when it's empty, and 21 tons when it's full. The view from the top is absolutely breathtaking. But of course, as luck would have it, as soon as I got to the top, big dark clouds started rolling in, and I had to look for cover really quick before the rain came. Luckily, there's a nice little cafe at the top of the hill, or at the top of this mount, right next to the station when you get off this little car. I had a really nice coffee, my first for the day and very needed, and I also had a very nice muffin while I waited for the weather to clear. This little cafe has really nice pies and other small meals too. Now, I know that not because I've been to this particular cafe many times, but I discovered today that it's also owned by the same guy that owns the boat cafe, or the same woman that owns the boat cafe. And the boat cafe I have visited many occasions, and I love their food and their drinks. Have a look at the video I did on the boat cafe, which I would highly recommend you visit if you are in Wellington, for a nice little bite to eat or something, but also because it's an actual restaurant that has been set up in an old tugboat that is still in the water. So it makes for a really nice, interesting and fun atmosphere. So the skies have started to clear up a bit. It's still pretty cold, which is why I'm wearing these. You can take the cable car back down if you want, but I think I'm going to walk back down. The Botanical Gardens has an entrance right next to the cable car, and it's downhill. It's about a 30-minute walk, I think, to go through the Botanical Garden, and it's supposedly very beautiful. So I'm going to opt to walk back down as opposed to take the car back down.